Hey everyone, this is Trish Soisu, and I'm here with LeClaire. Say hi, LeClaire.
Hello.
And LeClaire is here to bring me positive energy and support for my sharing of the Pacific Electric red car. What is that, you might say? Well, if you look around you, in certain places, you might find some clues to the fact that there was, in fact, a railway system that spanned many, many miles in the LA area and going into Orange County. My first exposure to the Pacific Electric red car was in the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There was a bad guy, and he had schemed to buy out the railroads so that the automobiles could take over. Now, while that might seem like a cartoon movie scheme, it is supposed to be, in fact, what actually happened. Some will say no, others will say yes. We'll explore this idea and try to hone in on it as we go down this path of the Pacific Electric red car. As I talk to you, I'm actually looking at a picture of the 1902 arrival on July 4th in Long Beach of a Pacific Electric red car that brought people to what was the opening of the historic Long Beach Pike. How cool is that? Other clues around me that I see are diagonal streets that are now planted with parks, community gardens, other things. And those pathways were the original lines of the Pacific Electric red car. Not everything that we talk about is going to be able to be covered without images, photographs, rail lines to look at. But we'll do what we can here in this format, and we will make videos to share other things, images we can share, places we visit that have memories of the Pacific Electric red car. I'm reading right now an article by KCET, Lost LA, Where to Find Remnants of LA's Red Car System. Now, if you do a search on the internet, Pacific Electric red car, you'll find out that the red cars were retired in 1961. You'll find out that they had over 1,000 miles of coverage, and that they eventually gave way to buses, cars, and freeways. Now cars dominate the landscape, and although there has been a fairly expensive attempt to reintegrate trains into the LA landscape, that is actually looking to be much harder than simply putting in trains. We've created a car culture, and we need to uncreate it. I find that the younger generation, people who are young adults now, are heavily vested in public transportation and bicycles, but there is that time element that in today you have the value of time being so important that even our young adults who want to can't always take that public transportation route. So let's talk about some of the places that I'm reading about on this KCET article. There is a depot at a place called Heritage Square, and it is at the Heritage Square Museum at the Palms Depot. It seems like it's a little bit far. It was moved to Montecito Heights in 1976. I know where that is. And it's closer than Palms. So I might be able to go visit it. Then there is Travel Town in Griffith Park. There are the Pacific Electric Lofts, built in 1904. And there's a 1926 subway terminal building. Then you'll see at the rights of way, you'll see different parks, farms, and other parks, smaller parks. And in Seal Beach, you'll see a small red car, an old red car. It actually is a museum and is sometimes open, I understand, although I've never seen it open. And that red car is a cargo car, which it took me some time to realize that it wasn't one that actually carried people. And you'll tell the difference if you look up the different kinds of Pacific Electric red car. In Long Beach, at a place called Orizaba Park, there is a stainless steel replica of a red car's front end titled "The Train Has Left the Station." There are some nice examples of depots in Hollywood, in Linwood. I believe Fullerton has a nice tribute to the train. And the Linwood Depot is on the National Register of Historic Places. In Bellflower, I happened across an old station, ticket station, and that was a nice tribute. Oh, West Hollywood has a red car installed in its Formosa Cafe, and so you can actually eat and drink in the red car. Isn't that fun?
That's a nice reuse.
Nice reuse. There is something called the Pacific Electric Restaurant. So these are all giving me places to go and visit. And one of the places on my list is the Paris Red Car, Pacific Electric Red Car Museum, where I hope to be able to see a number of red cars. Okay, guys, that's all for now. This may seem a little incomplete. It's the beginning of a journey, and I hope that you will take it with me and send your questions to me, and we'll try to address them all hundreds and thousands of them that we may have. You got anything to say, Leclerc?
We should mention who wrote the article that you're referring to, so if they want to read it themselves,
Okay.
the listeners can refer to it, and as they're listening to this, they can see the same pictures.
Great. And actually, it wasn't written so long ago. So the KCET.org article is part of a series called Lost LA. The title of the article is Where to Find Remnants of LA's Red Car System, written by Victoria Bernal on March 18th, 2022.
And Lost LA is one of the best PBS programs about the historic LA, because they go not just things like the red car system, they go into the founding of LA, they go into the building and development of LA, and they talk usually about things like, for instance, my favorite episode was about the speakeasies, because some of the buildings still exist, even though they don't use them as speakeasies for the most part. But I forget the name of the host, but yeah, Lost LA is a great resource to appreciating LA as a city that's been around for 200 years, but we tend to only think about it in the last generation or so.
And to put it into perspective, if we travel overseas, then we see cities that have been around for thousands of years. But 200 is still pretty long.
Yes,
and
indeed.
So there we go. Lots to talk about. The mystery of history. Thank you, and we'll talk to you again soon.